So I asked, you guys answered, and sure enough, I'm delivering. Am I regretting my decision? Maybe just a tad bit. I'm gonna be ranking every single eyeshadow palette in my whole collection. Yes, you heard me correct. I have 60 palettes. Now, technically, I do have more, but there's palettes I just don't feature on my channel, so besides the point. But I'll be ranking 60 today, and this is going to be a doozy. It's going to be a long one, but I'm excited-ish. It's going to be long, and it was hard. It really was, because every single eyeshadow palette in my collection is so good. So I'll just straight up say this now. None of them were bad. It just had to be preferences, maybe formulas, whatever. But y'all, grab a snack, grab a drink, get comfortable. It's gonna be a long one, but hey, it's gonna be fun too, okay? So, you know, watch until the end of the video to see number one, because y'all actually gonna be surprised. Pretty surprised. I'm surprised myself. So yeah, but let's go ahead and just get started. So as I said, I have 60 palettes, and I'm not actually going to be saying the numbers because your girl's just going to get mixed up and it just is going to be hectic. I really feel like that today because we got a lot to go through anyways, so I just want to, you know, kind of get everything done as fast as I can. Still going to be a long one, but like I said, watch till the end because number one palette, whoo, let me tell you, I'm like, what? Since when? This was not going to be like Elena like last year or even 6 months ago. So yes, so yeah, let's just go ahead, get started. Whew, okay, and if I do say the number, it's just because it's like out of habit, but I'm gonna try not to say the number because as I said, your girl's gonna forget, and I don't know why, but, and no shade to anybody because it happens to me. You know, sometimes we get the number mixed up and it annoys the crap out of me, so yeah. Okay, but at number last place, and as I said, none of these are bad palettes. Obviously, they're in my collection for a reason. It just comes down to color story and formula-wise. And at the last one, you know, number 60, I guess I just have to say the number for the last one. It just comes down to formula. And it is the Glam Like Cake palette. Yeah, like the color story, it's very beautiful. I really do love the color story, don't get me wrong, but the formula, it's off. The formula, it's not what it was before, definitely not before. The shimmers, they're hard pressed, they're hard panned. I gotta dig into it. Now, I will tell you though, the mattes are still not too bad. They are pigmented, they do stain, I will tell you that, they do stain. But nothing bad about the palette, just the shimmers, they're just a dud now. And, you know, I did get this a long time ago. So it's, you know, it's not surprising, I guess. And also, I'm just going to go through it. I ain't going to try to edit a lot because no, your girl don't got time for that. Okay, so the next one is, by the way, I'm going last to number one, if you didn't catch that already. Pretty sure you did. But at number 59, we have the Sugar Cone palette. And y'all, actually, to save my time with editing, I might just say the numbers at this point because, nah. Like I said, this is gonna be a long one. Also, new makeup releases this week. Supposed to. I filmed it. And I lost the footage. Hey, I'm not surprised. You know, that is my luck with a lot of things these days. Lost the footage, so I guess next video is just going to be a longer one, and we'll just talk about, you know, so and so. Okay, so number 59 is the Sugar Cone palette from BH Cosmetics, and this is what it looks like. It's coming at number 59 because it's just straight up neutrals. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love neutrals, but it's like straight up just neutrals. I mean, the formula is really nice. Don't get me wrong. I really love the formula of this palette. Super nice. But it's too neutral for me. I don't know why. I've been loving neutral. It's just, that's why it's coming at 59, okay? Don't come for me. 58 is the Smitzer in Switzerland from BH Cosmetics. Y'all probably like, why is it at number 58? I actually have not used this for quite a bit. I will say, with me remembering, I think I like the quality. I'm not so sure. And that's why it's at number 58, to be honest. But the color story is absolutely everything. It's grungy. It's fall. I love it so much. But yeah, I think it's just because I haven't used it for at least a year. I can tell you that. It was kind of stuck in a drawer that I never looked into for like a whole year. And I was like, huh? So yeah, so that's why it's coming at number 58, but not a bad palette when it comes to story-wise. I just don't remember the formula. Okay, number 57. I'm gonna give it to my Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. I'm kind of surprised on this because looking at all of the ones, I would think this would be higher, but I think it's not higher. And y'all, when I was just doing this, I was just picking and choosing what I was feeling at the time. So these could change within like, you know, minutes. But it is because the shimmers are actually hard panned. They don't perform like they did before, but we do have more variety of shades in here. So that's why it's coming at number 57, because like the BH Cosmetics one, that one just didn't have as many shades as this. Now, some of the shimmers are still good, but not a lot of them. But the mattes are still really nice to work with. So that's why it's coming at 57. But I do really like this palette. Just the shimmers, they're just getting old. So it is what it is. At number 56, we have my Ace Beauté Serenity palette. This is basically just where it's at because of color story wise. Formula is really, really nice. I really love that orange shimmer. That one's usually my go-to orange shimmer when it comes to doing my fall and Halloween looks, which is now. I love the time of year. But that's why. Just the color story. It's a little too saturated in my opinion, but it's magnificent quality. So I am extremely happy. I do have this palette, but it's just coming at number 56 due to the fact that just the color story. So yes. Okay, coming at number 55, we have the Diamond palette from BH Cosmetics. I am an April baby, so that's why I do have this palette. I will tell you, it's coming at 55 due to the fact that I just don't use it, to be honest. I really don't. I just use the pressed glitter and I use some of these glitters. The mattes I have actually never used. Never used the mattes, just not really interested in using the mattes. They're just colors I have everywhere else, and I just usually pick this up just for the shimmers. That's why it's coming at number 55, but not a bad palette. R.I.P. BH Cosmetics, because they were such an amazing brand. Okay, y'all, coming at number 54, I'm gonna have to give it to my ABH Norvina Volume 3 palette. This one's a big one, so we're gonna try to fit it in camera. It is looking a little weird and messy due to the fact that I do use it as a water activated palette. Actually, it's not really supposed to be for that, but it works. It really does work. So yeah, it's coming at 54 because I do use it more than the other palettes. It is kind of chaotic, but it's not too chaotic. It is a beautiful palette, and actually the formula is really nice. I will tell you though, the mattes are kind of a little dusty, so I would just be careful on that. But it really does work as an water activated eyeshadows. I don't know why, it just does. Not supposed to be for that, but hey, it is what it is. Okay. At number 53, we have the Little Rock Meraki palette. I'm giving this due to the fact that I don't use it too much. It is a neutral palette, and I have no idea what's going on with the brand. It's a nice palette, don't get me wrong, and I really love the shimmers. The shimmers are everything, and that's why I've been keeping this palette. But otherwise, it's at number 53 just because it's just color story wise, okay? As I said, there's nothing bad about any of these palettes. I just have to be nitpicky. It is what it is. And then at number 52, we have the Avocado Toast palette. And as I said, if I actually do butcher any of the numbers, I apologize now. I just don't feel like editing this video so much. So yes, I will try to edit though if I do mess up. Okay, but I think so far, so good. Okay, so at number 52, we have the Avocado Toast palette from BH Cosmetics. Y'all are probably surprised because you're like, Elena, it's a green palette. You love your greens. I do. I just don't use this very often. I haven't used it recently. And I don't know, just... I haven't used it. That's literally why it's coming at 52. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Beautiful palette, don't get me wrong. Just haven't used it. So yeah. At number 51, I'm going to have to give it to my Sigma Enchanted palette. I actually really do like this palette. And only took me a year to repress that shade that broke. You know, just only a year. It's all good, though. It got done, and I really do love the shade. I really do. It's still a little messy, but hey. I think I'm giving it at number 51 due to the fact that it's a smaller palette, and I haven't used it as much, but I have used it recently. I will tell you that. So, nothing bad about it. Just, that's it. Just a smaller palette, and I haven't used it too much to get my real final thoughts on it. Okay, coming at number 50, and I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised at this one. And it is the Child palette from ColourPop. It's coming at where it's at because I don't use it as much. The color story, though, is everything. But the fact that I don't use it too much is because this shade and this shade came in shattered. I was able to repress it, but it just doesn't work the same. I feel like the quality isn't like, you know, what it was. Or what it's supposed to be, at least. Because I know ColourPop's quality, and it's not what it was supposed to be. Could I have, like, you know, called or emailed ColourPop? Yeah, I could have, but did I? No. No, I didn't. I have, like, social anxiety, so I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just coming at number 50 due to the fact that it just doesn't perform as well as it should, but beautiful, beautiful palette. I'm going to be honest. Does it come at number 50, though? Okay, we're not changing our minds. We're not changing our minds, because if we change our minds, we're not changing our minds. Okay, at number 49, I'm going to give it to Kosas Clear from ColourPop. You'll see a theme throughout the video. ColourPop's kind of sporadically around. So yeah. This one is coming at 49 due to the fact that, you know, I do use it quite often. More than I think I would. But it's just, it's a neutral palette. Neutral-ish palette, I guess. Just looking at it, it's just at 49 because I think all the other palettes I just like a little bit more. But the Super Shocks, though, to these are amazing. And these are, like, falling out. Now, I will tell you, this palette is like extremely old, so not surprised, but that's why it's coming at 49. And then at number 48, we have the Cinnamon Swirl palette from Too Faced. This is definitely coming at 48 because this doesn't close all the way, and I'm too annoyed for that. It does actually perform still good, and it smells still really, really nice, and I've had this palette for actually quite some time. It's literally coming at 48 because of the packaging. I kid you not. I'm not even joking. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. Okay? So yeah, that's why it's coming at where it is. I wish it would come higher because I really do love the palette. Now, it is a neutral palette, but I do actually like the pops of colors. It's just coming at where it's at because I can't with the packaging. I'm so sorry, but I have to be nitpicky in this video. You guys, I asked, okay? You guys answered, and I feel bad if I don't deliver, okay? Yes, did I ask like 7 months ago, maybe 8 months ago? Yeah, I did. But hey, we are getting it done, okay? Finally getting it done. Okay, coming at number 47 is the Mauve and Up palette from ColourPop. This was actually a Target exclusive palette. Also, if I have any codes, I will let you know. I'll let you know if anything also is discontinued or just something exclusive. I think I missed it, but I'll try to catch on to it after this palette. So this is a Target exclusive palette. It's coming at 47 due to the fact that I don't use it too much. But it is a really nice palette. And for it to be a Target exclusive palette, I think they actually did pretty good on the formula. Now, I'm not much of a cool tone person. I will tell you that. Cool tones don't look too bad on me. I kind of do have a cool tone look, which is weird. This is all shimmer look, and due to the fact that I already had these all ranked, and I really didn't want to pull out my palettes, so I just used my singles. But hey, that's not bad, okay? It's all ColourPop. It's just too cool tone for me, and I think that's why it's coming at number 47. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what else to say, okay? But it is okay, you know, it's fine. I think it's number 47. Let me double check. Okay, so we are correct so far. I will, like, throughout the video, I will count just to make sure I am on point. But coming at 56, we have the Symphony palette from OFA Cosmetics. This one's just coming out because it's just a smaller palette, but I really do love this palette. Oh, how rude. I really do love this palette extremely. It's coming out where it's at because it's smaller, but I really do love the formula. I do love Ofra's, you know, brand itself. This is a shimmer, but it's also actually one of their highlighters, and it's magnificent. Just coming out because it's smaller. Literally. 46, just because it's smaller. It's a really nice palette, though. Okay, coming at number 45 is a Natasha Denona palette. Surprising, but it is the Mini Starlet palette, and it's because it's just smaller. I kid you not, this is really nice. I really love this palette. I've actually used quite a bit of the palette. We have a really big dip in this shade. I've used the mattes a lot. Now it is, yes, a cool toned-ish palette, but it works really nice actually. It's just because it's smaller. That's literally it. It's at 45 just because of that. I love Natasha Denona. I know some things about her I don't agree with, I will tell you that, but I don't know, like, I kind of just support the products. I don't really support her in general. I kind of just support the products, I think. Yeah. I think that's what I'm trying to tell myself, because I hate to, like, you know, cancel Natasha Denona. Okay. So, at number 44, this palette, I'm not going to show the outside because it's not even what it is, the outside. It is actually my singles from Sydney Grace. I did actually just recently just put this together. Finally, I was able to get a empty magnetic pan, a matte palette, and this palette was the only one that worked. It's coming at 44, one, because it is a little more on the neutral side, but, you know, I have kind of tried it, I kind of haven't tried it. I will tell you, though, Sydney Grace itself, I really love her brand. Really nice brand. It's just coming at 44 just because I really haven't tried it quite yet. But it is a beautiful palette. And you're probably like, Elena, why are you going to rank it? Because I can, I guess. I don't know. Okay, at number 43, we have the Blueberry Muffin palette from BH Cosmetics. This one is coming at where it's at due to the fact that I haven't used it actually in a long time, which is really sad because I really love the palette, but I don't know. And it really has a special place in my heart. You know, this was like my first colorful palette, I guess, that I ever got in my collection, but it's just coming at 43 just because I have not used it recently. And the other palettes I have used more, and I have my final thoughts on them, but that's basically it to why that is that. Okay, at number 42, I gotta give it to my Limoncello palette from ColourPop. It's ranked up higher just because of the packaging. I will tell you that. The color story, it's okay. I love the color story, don't get me wrong, but it's just more neutral than I would prefer. But the quality, super, super nice. I will tell you that. Really do enjoy the quality of the palette. That's just basically it. Why it's at 42 is because it's just more of a neutral palette, but it got bumped up just because of the packaging, okay? I love lemons. Lemon aesthetic type of girl. Okay. Then at number 41, we have to give it to the Fresh Greens from ColourPop. This was also a Target exclusive palette, but I do use this more than the Mauve and Up palette, so that's why it's ranked a little higher. It's ranked though at where it's at because I haven't used it quite a bit. I need to use it more because it really is a beautiful palette. The shimmers, it's just everything. But that's why it's coming at 41. Like I said, all these had to be ranked somewhere. I couldn't just neglect it. Okay, at number 40, we have to give it to actually a new palette that literally just got in my collection. And it is a Tarte palette. It's just a Tartelette Reflections Amazon Clay palette, but I think it's for like their 25th anniversary. I'm giving it number 41. I haven't used it too much, but I will say, when I did use it, I really did like it. I will straight up tell you that I did like it. I really did. I did have a Tarte palette at one point. It was the Tarte Maneater After Dark palette. Didn't really vibe with that palette formula-wise, but this one, a lot better. So that's why it's coming at number 40. Just because I haven't used it too much. But I think it might probably rank higher at the end of the year because so far, it's a nice palette. Okay. At number 39, I have to give it to my little Ghost palette from Odin's Eye, and it's in collaboration with Angelica Nikovest. I will tell you though, starting from this point, it got hard. I could tell you that for sure. It got harder. I'm just giving it because the color story, it's not that I don't vibe with the color story, it's just that the color story, I don't know. It's like I don't vibe with it, but I do vibe with it, I guess. It's like a 50-50, that's why. But the formula, really, really nice. I really do enjoy it. It's just coming at 40 just because I think just the color story. I don't know. I do love the packaging, though. I will tell you, the packaging, absolutely beautiful. Just letting y'all know, of course it was going to happen, but I caught it early. So the last palette was actually 39. So coming at 38, which I'm not surprised, but I'm a little disappointed because I wish it could go up higher because I really love the brand, but I'm not going to be biased, okay? If I don't like something, even though I love the brand, I'm going to be straight up with you. And at number 38, it's the Nomad Fête de Provence palette. It's a really beautiful palette, don't get me wrong. It was my first Nomad palette, and I really did like it. It's just coming at where it's at due to the fact that I will straight up tell you the formula isn't as it was before. The shimmers are extremely flaky. They just literally fall on your face. Just straight up. Even if you spray your brush, it just flat out just falls. But the color story is pretty nice. Just 38 because of that. I have to be really, really picky. You know me, I love Nomad, okay? But that's why, okay? Don't come for me, okay? Okay. So next we have is number 37. I'm giving it to the Gemini 2 palette. Why do I feel like this is not 37? Y'all, I'm going to have to recount and I will be right back. So I'm just kidding. It's 37. Y'all, this is going to be like, whew. I know it's probably annoying you guys that I keep going back and forth. I do apologize. But I'm human. I make mistakes, but for reals. Seriously, stay till the end of the video because it's a big shocker. Also, I think that we could... No, actually, no. Not yet. Not yet. We were going to do the emoji of the video, but not yet. We'll do it at 30. So number 37 is the Gemini 2 palette. I'm giving this at number 37 because the color story is beautiful. I just can't make a look just using this palette itself. which is really weird because usually I can, but I couldn't. I don't know why. I was having a hard time. There is a shade missing because it was a little funky, so went ahead and then scraped out. It's really coming at 37 due to the fact that I cannot make a look with just the palettes itself, which is really, really weird because I'm usually one that can just, you know, make one even if it's a chaotic color story. But then we got something that should be easy, and it's not easy for me. And that's also why 36 is ranked at, you know, 36. And it's a Gemini 1 palette because I can't make a single look with this one either. I have to compare the two. But I kind of ranked this before it because I like it. I like it a little bit more because it's green. But for reals, like, I have to pair these two to make a look, which I feel like is not okay for me. But, you know, like I said, we're human. We make mistakes. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out for us. But at number... Oh, scoochy, these... At number 35, I'm going to give it to the Natural Nudes from Too Faced. You know me, I rave about this palette. Just coming at where it's at because the other palettes I like a little bit more, I would say. But it is a really nice neutral palette. And so Too Faced is kind of like a hit or miss. Mostly a miss so far. Like recently, I guess. But this is probably one of the best quality Too Faced palettes I've ever tried. And I wish they would come back out with this type of formula. It's everything. It's 35, due to the fact that just color story preference. That is literally it. But this palette is literally everything, okay? Don't sleep on this palette. Okay, at number 34, I'm going to give it to Sage the Day from ColourPop. This was one of my favorite palettes for a long time, but I've accumulated more palettes, and my preferences have changed since then. It is a really nice palette, just more of the color story is why it's at number 34. But not a bad palette, I will tell you that. Not a bad palette at all. I still really love the palette. I do have a big dip in this shade. The shimmers, the mattes still perform really, really well. Just color story, I guess, at this point. I don't know, like I said, it's getting hard to rank these. So yes. Okay, and number 33, I'm giving it to my Huda Beauty Nude palette. As always, she falls out. Just like the insert. Beautiful, though. And I'm giving it 33 due to the fact that I don't use it too often, but I do like it a lot. I love the formula. I really, really do. There are some pressed glitters in here, and I will tell you, not a lot of people like pressed glitters, but I'm one of the few that do. I think it just coming in at number 33 because I don't use it often, but I do really love the formula. I do want to try more from her. I just haven't because she hasn't really came out with anything that has spoke to me, to be honest. But really nice palette. So yes. At number 32, which I'm not surprised about, and it is the Flora Story palette. It was in collaboration with Makeup Just for Fun and Odin's Eye. I think it's due to the fact that I don't use it a lot anymore as I used to. I really do love the palette still, don't get me wrong. That's nasty. I don't use it very often. And I really should, and there is nothing wrong about this palette. I really do love the formula. Odin's Eye kicks it out with their formulas. Now, they are hit or miss with recent launches. I haven't really got anything recently, so I can't really tell you for sure on my side. But I just don't use it as often. That's why it's coming at number 32. And then coming at number 31. And you're all going to be surprised, okay? You're going to be like, what? Why? As I said, preferences have changed. You know, it is what it is. And it's the Natasha Denona Retro palette. You all know I love this palette. This was my number one palette for a very, very long time. But now it's not my number one palette. Still a very nice palette. Don't get me wrong on that. I think it's color story wise, and I think it's due to the fact that I just don't use it too often. I really do love the palette. There's a very, very special story to it, so I would never actually get rid of it, even if it's old, it doesn't perform, it would just be sentimental. I told the story multiple times on my channel, but that's why it's coming at number 31. I hate to do it at number 31, but like I said, things had to get ranked where they were. Okay, y'all, we are going to be at the 30 mark, which is halfway through. And because of that, we're going to do like the emoji as the theme of the palette. And it is the Too Faced Light My Fire. So, the fire emoji, I guess. Let's do that. If you're still here, which I thank you so much, put down the fire emoji. You don't have to, by the way. Like, I'm not forcing you to. It's just something fun I like to, do, and I like to see who's actually still watches my videos halfway through. But at number 30 is Light My Fire from Too Faced. Now, this is a smaller palette, okay? But surprisingly, it's a really nice smaller palette. And it's neutral, but it's not neutral. I don't know, something about this, like this palette, just the color story itself, how it's curated, is just so fun. It really is. Like, I could be loving a lot of these more than this palette, but just because of how it is laid out, I think that's why I like it more. That is probably, like, the weirdest explanation to why it's at number 30, but that really is the reason. I love the quality, I love everything about it, and I really do love the packaging. Too Faced usually with their packagings do very, very nicely. So yes. Okay, everybody. At 29, we have the Tribe palette from Juvia's Place. Now, I guess it's just ranked because, like I said, they gotta get ranked. But I will tell you though, beautiful palette. I love this palette. Do actually use it quite often. More than you would think I would. It's just coming at 29 because I don't know, you guys. It was kind of just like a sporadic thing, like what I thought about at the time. So some of the palettes that I rank, I really don't have an explanation to why they are placed at where they're at. I really don't. This is one of the palettes. I don't really have it, to be honest. I guess, I don't know. What the? You don't see that? That's like, someone shoot that, and I don't know. Is that teeth mark? I don't know. Besides the point. Okay. We are at number 29. Okay. 28, I'm giving it to The Sweetest Can Be from ColourPop. It's a Winnie Pooh collaboration, and I love Winnie the Pooh so much. Surprisingly, it's actually ranked higher. Y'all are probably surprised, but it is because I love this palette. I love Winnie the Pooh, okay? I said I'm not biased, but I might be just a tiny bit biased, okay? Just a tiny bit, because it's Winnie the Pooh. But I really do love the color story. The looks I've made with it, I really do like. So that's why it's at 28, but is it because it's Winnie the Pooh? Maybe, okay? But we'll just pretend that it's not, okay? At 27, I'm giving it to my Sigma Alice in Wonderland palette. Yeah, I'm surprised. And if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my palettes to really explain to you guys why my palettes are placed at where it's at. And I really don't know why this is actually placed at 27. Well, it's going to be placed at 27. Y'all know I love this palette. I ranked it my #1 top palette in 2022. It still performs really nice. Why is it at number 37? This was so hard. Y'all, I don't know. I really don't know. Looking at it, I'm kind of like, oh, I should have been. Okay, it's at number 37 for no reason. I don't know. Just that is what my brain is telling me. So yes. Okay, at number 36. Okay, 26. Oh my goodness. 26. Y'all, I do apologize on that. Actually, I think it's 26. Let me do a little recount. Be right back. Okay, you guys, I was right. Let's go. This is gonna be a game for me personally filming this is, can we memorize and remember everything? And so far, I'm doing pretty good. I'm applauding myself for that. Okay, so coming at number 36, it's going to be the Keys Beachy and Peachy palette from Nomad Cosmetics. I will say, though, it's coming at where it's at because of how the layout is of the color story. It is a very beautiful palette. Really love the quality. I do actually have an affiliate code. Not an affiliate code. A discount code with Nomad Cosmetics. And if you use it, thank you very much. I don't get a kickback, but it does count towards me being on the official PR list. But besides the point. It's coming out because the black pack round. That's literally why it's coming at number 26. It's because of that. Not a bad palette. I actually do use this palette quite often, but that is literally why. Yeah, that's seriously why. Okay, coming at number 25, we're giving it to the Trick or Treat palette. This was in collaboration with Angelica Nicholas and Odin's Eye, and I do like this one more because of color story. Coming at 25, maybe because I don't use it as often, but it is a really, really nice palette. I really do enjoy this palette super, super much. The quality is actually pretty nice. I think it's just coming at where it's at due to the fact I don't use it as much. But that's it. So yes. Okay. Coming at number 24, we have the High Tide palette from ColourPop. I love this palette. You guys know this was like one of my first colorful palettes. It's coming out where it's at because the other palettes I just use a little bit more and I just like a little bit more. But amazing palette, and this has a special place. So this will also be in a memory box, to be honest. Yeah, because like I said, my first actual colorful palette I ever got. I think this was also my first ColourPop palette I ever got. So no, wait. No, y'all, just joking. It's the Mandalorian palette, which I'll show you in a little bit, not next. But yeah, 24, it's the High Tide palette. And y'all, I'm like seriously like surrounded by my palettes. It's crazy. But it's like palette heaven. I love palettes so much. Okay. So at number 23, I'm giving it to the Too Faced Italian Spritz palette. Let me still see if it smells like. Oh my goodness. Yes, it still smells really, really good. And it's coming out where it's at. One, I actually really do love the palette. I really, really do. Just a little bit more. The other palettes I like a little bit more, to be honest. But this one's actually also another good Too Faced quality that they had. And it's actually probably one of the most colorful palettes they ever came out with. I really love it. I love the vibe. I really do. Nothing bad about the palette. And it still smells exceptional. So at 23, we're giving it to the Italian Spritz palette. Okay, you guys. At number 22, giving it to my Soul Main 2 palette from Odin's Eye. It is where it's at because it's a very old palette. It's not performing as it was before, but I do like the color story. And it's not like the worst quality right now. It's still performing, just not as well as it was. But this also has a special place in my heart because I really did make a really, really nice look that I loved with this palette when I was just beginning with makeup. Yeah, just 22 because it's just the performance. It's just not there anymore, unfortunately. But it's okay, you know. It is what it is. Okay, at number 21, I'm giving it to my Club Nebula palette from Kaleidos. This was in collaboration with Angelica Nicholas. It's where it's at because I have not used this actually for a very, very long time. I really need to bring it back out though. I've been trying to do like looks based on one palette dedication, and I think this should be a dedicated one soon. Because it's jewel toned, and if you know me, I love my jewel tones. Yeah, I think it's just coming out where it's at because I haven't used it for a bit, but I think I'm going to do a dedicated video, dedicated look with this on my Instagram because I really love the palette. Okay, coming at number 20 is the Daisy Does palette from ColourPop. Y'all are probably like, what? Why is it so low? It's not really, really low, but it could be higher, but it's not higher. Due to the fact Y'all see this shade right here? Yeah, I've been pressing it back in, It's just exploding on me. It's just falling apart. So yeah, this palette's falling apart. That's basically why it's at 20. Actually, I do have like a little pan right here. Y'all see that? I don't know if you can. I do love the palette though. This has really good memories to it. It's just coming at where it's at because it's literally just, it's falling apart. It's kind of like helped me, you know. At number 19, it's the Mandalorian palette from ColourPop. This was my first ColourPop palette. It's coming out where it's at. I think because the other palettes just like a little bit more, maybe not. But it is a really, really beautiful palette. I will tell you that. I really do love this palette. I made a really, really lovely grungy tone look with this palette. Just 19 because I gotta rank something, you know. I gotta put it somewhere. Okay, at number... Oh my gosh. You guys, literally, there are palettes after palettes after palettes all around me, and they're falling on me, and I don't got time for that. Okay, y'all. This is what's happening. At number 18, you guys, we have the Bad Side Zodiac. Earth one from Melt Cosmetics. This was my first Melt Cosmetics, and it made me fall in love with Melt Cosmetics, to be honest. Now, I know some people did not like this series. I'm gonna be honest, this was probably like one of the best Melt Cosmetic palettes I've tried. Obviously, because the other ones were down low. This is coming at number 18 because it is a little bit of a smaller palette. That is literally it. I was really debating because it was like, oh my gosh, I want this to be higher. But I was like, it's a smaller palette. Let's be realistic here, okay? And that's why. But let me tell you, it's everything. Love this palette. I actually use this palette quite often now. I do usually use my grungy tone palettes around fall time. So that is why. And I got like sparkly hands. Okay. At number 17, I'm giving it to the Hella palette from Odin's Eye. This was also in collaboration with Angelica Nikovis. Just where it's at, because I don't use it very often. I really don't. Do love the color story, though. I think it still performs well. I don't remember. I still think it does, though. Yeah. 17, because it just... I don't use it too often. Let's just say that. Okay. Guys. It's recount time. Be right back. Y'all, we are still good. I am the best, you guys. Let's go. This really does help me editing because, let's just say I got a lot of videos that I got to put out, that, you know, I want to put out for you guys. I've been in the mood for content lately. So yes, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of content. And I am super, super close to being part of the YouTube creator program. My watch hours are almost there, so I'm super, super excited for that. So that's also why. But coming at number 16, we're giving it to the Stranger Things palette from ColourPop. I love this palette. We got the Demogorgon, then we got the color story itself. I think it's coming out where it's at because, you know what, this is also another palette. I don't have an explanation to where it's at. But this was so curated. ColourPop did us well with this collection, and I'm so, so happy because I did not want them to do us dirty. Also, I'm going to be picking up the Shrek palette pretty soon when I go to Ulta next. Don't know when that's going to be, but hopefully soon because I really want to get that palette. They curated everything. We got the Hawkins. We got the Upside Down. It's literally everything. They did us so well. So I thank ColourPop so much. Literally at 16 because it's one of those palettes that I have no explanations to why it's at. Where it's at. So yeah. At number 15, we're giving it to the Sinister palette from Cosmic Beauty or Brushes. Well, it used to be Brushes. Now it's Beauty. Y'all, this is what she looks like. It is coming at number 15 due to the fact that the reds kind of just bunk it up. Bunk it lower. I'm not much of a red fan, but y'all, this palette is freaking everything. Let me tell you though, y'all need to be careful when you dig into these because it's very, very pigmented at first. I learned the hard way, but, you know, it is what it is. 15 because just the reds. That's literally it. I love Cosmic Beauty, and I'm going to pick something else up from them. I don't know what I'm going to pick up from them, but you bet I'm picking something else up. Okay, at number 14, it's the Subculture palette from ABH. I did actually declutter this palette like 2 years ago, and I did regret it real bad, and my friend actually gifted me hers. She wasn't using it, and I was like, let's go. Because, you guys, it's at number 14, which is high, okay? It's high in the ranking. Out of 60 palettes, number 14, that's pretty dang good. It's everything, and I'm so happy I was able to get my hands back on it. It's grungy. It's everything. It's just coming out where it's at, because the other palettes, it's just like a little bit more. Like I said, this is so hard, and we gotta stop talking about it because I'm gonna change my mind. Okay, coming at number 13, we have the Stone and Rock palette from Odin's Eye. Y'all are probably like, what? Seriously? Yeah, seriously, it's at 13. Should be higher, but it's not. And this is another one. I have no explanation to why it's where it's at. I literally don't. Okay, so yeah, number 13. Okay, at number 12, we have It's a Mood from ColourPop. This is where it's at because it's big, you know, but it's a nice palette, don't get me wrong. Wanted this palette for so long, finally got my hands on it, no regrets. Regrets, oh my goodness. Woo. It's just big, and it does have a press glitter. It does have a couple press glitters. I'm not too, like, you know, mad about it. I'm mad about this one, though. This one is too gritty. I didn't like it. So that's why it's bumped down at number 12. Ugh. Did not like it at all. Okay, at number 11, y'all, we're giving it to my Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. So I used to say that this was discontinued. It's not discontinued anymore, you guys. You can finally get your hands on it again. Beauty Bay decided to re-release it, which I'm super happy about, because obviously it's like at number 11, which is pretty high. It's everything. Bumping it just because of these reds. That's literally it. Literally it. Bruh, seriously? I'm trying to film a video. Do you mind? Yeah, it's where it's at because it's just the reds. But it's an amazing palette. I'm so happy they are re-releasing it, because if you did not get your hands on it, now is the time, and it's such a wonderful palette. Okay, y'all, we're in the top 10. Top 10's like miles away, so let me scoochy the pile. Let me get us situated, because this is gonna get heated, everybody. Okay, I can't believe this is coming at number 10. Okay, well, it's coming at number 10, you guys. It's the Ghost Town USA palette from Nomad Cosmetics. Y'all know this is one of my favorites. I've used the heck out of this. As you see, there's a lot of pans in here. Why is it at number 10? I don't know why it's at number 10. I have no explanation to why it's where it's at. Yep. Beautiful palette, though. Kind of want to grab another one because the shimmers are almost gone, and I love the shimmers. But that would kind of be stupid, but it's not stupid, okay? Trust me, it's not. At number 9, y'all are going to actually kind of be surprised about this. I'm surprised about it. It is from Pat McGrath. It's the Divine Droid palette. It is a all shimmer palette. But don't... These shimmers, chef's kiss. I don't want to get Pat McGrath, okay? They're way too expensive. I was gifted this, by the way. These shimmers make me want to kind of get a palette, and I don't want to. But these shimmers are literally everything, okay? Legit everything. I kid you not. I'm going to try not to get another Pat McGrath palette, okay? We're going to try our hardest, okay? And this is not even the special shades. No. It's just the regular shimmers, and it's everything. Okay, coming at number 8, we're giving it to the In the Limelight palette from ColourPop. Love this palette from ColourPop. This is probably one of my favorites. Palettes from ColourPop. Unfortunately, you can't get your hands on it anymore. Rest in peace. So I'm not going to talk about it too much. It's where it's at. I think because it's just a smaller palette. Yeah. Because it's a smaller palette. But it's a really, really nice palette. Not going to talk too much about it because it is discontinued. And it's very sad because everybody loved this palette who got their hands on it. And whoever didn't, I feel so bad for you. Okay. Coming at number 7, we're giving it to the Nomad Polar Express palette. And now, yes, this is a little bit more on the neutral side, but we do got some blues, and I think it's where it's at. One, this was my first PR palette that I got from Nomad, so kind of, like I said, I'm not biased, but I might be biased with some things. That's technically why, but it is a very beautiful palette. It really is. It's just stunning formula. It's everything. It's coming out where it's at because the other palettes I just like a little bit more. And that's it. That's it. Yeah. That's why it's at number 7. Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm like surrounded by palettes. It's crazy. It's chaotic. Okay, number, what did we say? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. You guys, we're still good. Okay, and number 6, I'm giving it to the Hunter and the Prey palette from Blair Dale MUA Cosmetics. I literally been using this actually quite a bit for the season. It's at number 6 because, well, one, this is really good formula. Holy crap, he knocked it out of the park with this. The other ones I just like a little bit more, but y'all, it's everything. Grungy. I think if I had to knock it down to number 6, and the real reason why, it'd just be this red. That's basically it. But the formula, everything, it's amazing. Okay, you guys. We are at my top 5. Oh, we're going to keep it at where it's at because I can't. Yes, okay. Number 5, you guys. Drum roll, please. It's the Paradise Cove palette from Gourmande Girls and Ladybug Glow. Y'all surprised? I don't think you are, actually, to be honest. I use this every single look I do. Almost every single look. I have, 3 pans? Pan, and pan. It's everything. Color story, formula, it's everything. I'm going to be honest with you. There's not going to be any explanations to any of these palettes, to why they're ranked at where they're at. I just had to rank them somewhere. That's why. Best out there, by the way. And number 4, I'm giving it to my Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin collab palette. I don't want to, but that's what's happening here. I don't know, you guys. Maybe because there's just more shimmers, but the shimmers are just everything. So why would I do that? I don't know. I would say maybe Color Story wise. Color Story. I think it would be Color Story. Yeah, definitely Color Story. But it's amazing. Number 4. Okay, you guys, number 3. And I thought for reals this was going to be my number 1 palette in my collection when I was going to get it. But it's not, unfortunately. As I said, I'm not too biased, and I'm going to be honest, okay? Y'all know I love Nomad, okay? But number 3 is the American Parks palette. And y'all are probably like, what? I thought it was going to be number 1 for sure. But this one wasn't. The color story is everything. Don't get me wrong. Color story is everything. The reason why is this. You see that's yellow? Yeah. No, it's not yellow. You see that's green? Yeah. No, that ain't green. That's why. Which is kind of disappointing. But overall, I really still love the palette. And I don't regret getting the palette at all. As you see, it's number 3. So obviously you don't regret it. But that's it. I just wish the yellow would turn out yellow. I wish the green would turn out green. But that's it. That seriously is it. Otherwise, this would have been number 1 for sure. Because, you know, I've been raving about this palette for years and years and years. And they finally re-released it. And yeah. Okay, you guys. As I said, you needed to stay tuned for this, okay? So, number 2. Number 2. Natasha Denona Yucca palette. You're like, what? I thought that was going to be number 1. No, it's not anymore, actually. Still really love the palette. Still very beautiful. Talk about it all the time. That is it. Just the number 1 palette. Just, I don't know. I've just been liking more. So, yeah. And at number 1, you guys are going to be surprised, because I'm surprised as well. Still surprised to this day. And I just recently got it, and I've used the heck out of the palette already. Just got it. Okay? I'm going to have to give it to the one and only New Moon from ColourPop. Now, you guys are going to see, this is a neutral palette. And you're like, what the heck? What is wrong with you, Elena? It's fall vibes, and the quality is everything, and the shimmers are everything, and this shimmer right here is everything, and I just can't stop talking about it. I can't. I can't believe I love this palette as number 1. It's everything. I literally just got it, and I've used it like 4 times already. 4 times. It's everything. I don't even know what to say, because I could just stare at this. I could play with it. I want to play with it right now, but I'm not going to. It's everything. That's why it's at number 1, okay? You're surprised. I'm surprised, but hey, it is what it is. And yo, I'm literally stacked with palettes here. I'm like trying to scoochy, not trying to like break any palettes or like trying to have a mountain fall, you know, a landslide. But y'all, that is it for the video, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back with a lot more makeup and beauty content. Till then, you guys stay beautiful, stay healthy, and stay safe. Bye.